Alright, we should be up and going now. Alright, everyone. It'll be just me today. Normally on Thursdays, we would do a Crystal Backport with Scott and Steve, but Steve's on vacation right now. So, it's just me today. And I didn't want to do one with just Scott without Steve, so I was like, you know what? I should do a Crystal Backport. What do I feel like doing? And I decided, you know what? I like Weavile. Why don't I do that? So, Weavile. All we know about it, how it'll do in Crystal, is that, its, first evolution, Sneasel, is actually quite bad. Like, the thing is basically a physical attacker, or it's a special attacker in a physical attacker's body. Both of its stab moves uses its special attack, which is horrible. And, like, the only reason you'd ever use a Sneasel would be, like, for normal type moves, basically. It's really bad, but hopefully Weavile can do it some justice. And, as usual, we did backport some moves. I backported 3 moves. I backported Ice Shard, Hone Claws, and Nasty Plot. Ice Shard is just an Ice-type quick attack. Hone Claws raises my attack and accuracy by 1 stage. And, Nasty Plot raises my special attack by 2 stages. So, yeah, I only backported, like, 1 offensive move, technically. But, Nasty Plot's gonna be an interesting one. Our special attack is incredibly bad, but our stab moves are special, and our physical attack's better and we get Hone Claws. Honestly, if I had to take a guess, I might end up going all physical. Ditto has higher special attack. Yeah, honestly, if you used 1 Nasty Plot, it would convert our 45 special to, like, 90. Even then, that's still lower than our attack. I just don't see a possible reason for Nasty Plot to be useful, but I figured it'd make the stream more interesting if I provided 2 options. But, yeah, I think that's, everything out of the way. Let me just record a replay, and, we can get started. Alright. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, 6 p.m. Also, the sprite was made by Bloodless. And funnily enough, the huge folder of sprites that I have, there's a sprite for a female and a male Weavile. I went with the male one just because with how our stats are spread, we're always going to be male. Chin Pao has 570 base stat, Weavile is 510. It's basically just Weavile, but bigger. I don't know, Chin Pao felt better to use. Then again, Chin Pao got Sword Stance. So, how do I think the game's gonna go? Honestly, just because we're a higher tier evolution, I think this thing's gonna go pretty good. Because, we are in... Also, fun fact, we are in the medium-slow XP group. So, we'll actually be gaining XP quite quickly. I don't see Faulkner being hard, because, I don't remember what level I get Ice Shard at, but it was in the starting soon screen. I mean, I'm the one who made the moveset, but it's not like I can remember that stuff. Bugsy, though, I think could be an issue. Because, we are going to be weak to Bug. Actually, there's the thing, we don't learn Mud Slap, we don't learn Swift. Honestly, the main plan is just to hopefully deal as much damage with Ice Shard as possible. Yes, officer, it was Steve. Have any of you guys seen that Minecraft movie trailer? I am Steve. Duh, duh. My god, that trailer was horrible. Like, I remember hearing people say it was horrible, so I decided to look at it myself, because I didn't know they made it. I always thought the Minecraft movie was a meme. And, oh god, it was horrible. Flash. There we go. Hey, Annie. I fear no man, but that thing points at a 12-year-old with a chrysalis. It scares me. Also, hello. How's everyone doing? Hey, Poliwag. Also, yesterday offline in my Discord server, I did a re-ranking of Feraligatr and Heart Gold. That thing completely destroyed Heart Gold. I'm not kidding. It was actually 30 seconds away from beating Garchomp, which is my first place. It was insane. But the run did have like 5 resets and 1 blackout. But yeah, it was close. Honestly, making this thing's level up moveset was actually kind of rough. This thing gets like 7 level 1 moves. You got a joke? Oh boy. Also, everyone, for the starting soon screen, the music I used is a cover of X and Y's Route 15 by Roseblade Gaming with the Earthbound sound font. So, hope y'all enjoyed it. Why don't speedrunners ever knock on a door? Why? Oh god. It's as if I can hear you laughing just typing it. Also, I never found a cut user yet, which is a concern. Darn it. Feraligatr got physical water moves, Ice Fang, the ability to use Attract on the Guy Pokemon without losing all its attack DB. Yeah. Oh, I thought Bite was still in my first slot. I was wondering why those were taking several hits. Okay, it's a good thing I avoided Machop. I'm 4 times weak to fighting. Speaking of which, I'm actually kind of worried about Bruno, but I guess the one fortunate thing, his Hitmontop's only attacking move, I believe, is Dig and Quick Attack. I don't think it even has a fighting move. Roseblade, I'm still waiting for the punchline. And before you ask, hey, haven't you done a re-rank of Typhlosion yet? I have. I've done second playthroughs with all of them. Typhlosion is still by far the worst. I'm sorry. It just really struggles from no setup move on red. I have to basically rely on Sunny Day and Solar Beam and hope for the best. Plus, no Thunder Punch. There isn't an answer as speedrunners have to full focus on the game. Okay, that was honestly kind of a bad joke. I'm sorry, that's not a good joke. But yeah, Feraligatr just completely destroyed. Meganium, you may believe it or not, was a second place. Let's see, Feraligatr was like a 220 something. My Meganium run was like 3 hours flat. Because it gets Swords Dance as well, but the main problem is it has to play defensively, and the first few gyms are pretty slow. So, it was mainly just a slow start. Oh yeah, I remember Lance was really bad. Alright. Alright, Bugsy, you gonna be nice to me today. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Metal Claw. You know what? I could use the Curse Agility strap, but I think I'd rather use Home Claws. Metal Claw's not that good anyway. Feraligatr lost Ice Punch, but since Ice Punch in Gen 2 is special, but Ice Fang Gen 3 is physical, it hits harder. It absolutely does hit harder, yeah. Actually, no. Ice Punch is still better than Ice Fang. Ice Fang has less power. less power, and less accuracy. Okay, I need 7 escape ropes, 8 repels, 5 super potions. Alright, hopefully I find a cut user really soon. Bonus points if I can find a Psyduck. Oddish, okay. I think Bite's gonna one-shot that. Yeah. Alright, first Great Ball, not bad. I'm pretty sure I don't need Headbutt, but just in case. I mean, I know Slash is just straight up better, but there might actually be a fight where I need the flinch luck, so may as well get it. Honestly, Headbutt might help for, what's-his-face? Chuck. Actually, Chuck's gonna be a major issue. I'll have time. I got plenty of time to think. Alright, go through the upper part. If he hits Dynamic Punch, we dead. Pretty much. Does anyone remember if his Primeape has a fighting move? I remember, I think it has Karate Chop. Got the Abra. That girl always gets in the way. Yeah, Tyranitar is, honestly, it's not that good. It's got way too many weaknesses to be defensive. It's just not good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Harkle Soul Silver, the Primeape, mainly uses Rock Slide and Double Team. Also, you may think this is slower than just going through the national park, but here's the thing. It technically is faster to do this, just fight the one trainer. Damn it. Not that guy, though. That was a mistake on my end. But what I'm supposed to do afterwards is then I'll go back up, go through the grass. I'll need to make sure to use a repel. And it does save quite a few steps. Yeah, honestly, about Tyranitar's typing, I did not think there could be a worse type combo than Rock Ground, but then Rock Dark became a thing. I'm like, yep, that is, I would say, worse than Rock Ground. Uh-oh. That's one, you know what? That's actually a good reason to have Headbutt. I'm gonna get rid of Agility. Rock Ice. Yeah, Rock Ice is not good either. Yep, it's a good thing I got a Headbutt here. 30% flinch chance. I'm bound to break the rollout chain. Or it just flat out never uses rollout. Okay. Dude. I'm just not used to going that way. Yeah, we do get Rock Smash. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to need it, but just in case. Nice, I avoided him. Actually, you know the one advantage about going through the grass there, get to the Pseudo-Widow tree? I actually have a repel active for that grass. The grass that I just went through to Ekritik. I usually don't have a repel for that grass, so I end up encountering something like a Stantler. But, if I go through the grass to cut the tree, yeah, I'll pretty much always have a repel active, so honestly, that's a better reason for me to try to go through there every time. I'll just need to start remembering to do it now. Honestly, funnily enough, this thing is actually running kind of similarly to Sneasel, like with moves like Slash and Headbutt. I mean, yeah, Ice Shard's not a thing, but just pretend that's Icy Wind. This is effectively Sneasel. Honestly, I actually did want to do Kyurem today instead, so I can backport Freeze Dry. But the problem was, I would have had to make a sprite, because no one else apparently made a Kyurem sprite for Gen 2. And I was too lazy, so I just went with Weavile. Yeah, if there's not a sprite made, I kind of deprioritize it. I think Headbutt that. Yeah. Also, for any new viewers, if you're wondering why I'm fighting the Bayleaf team, even though I'm an Ice type, the other rivals' teams just straight up suck. Bayleaf is the only one with actually decent good moves and can actually put up a fight. That's pretty much the reason. Okay, I don't think speed's going to be an issue. Morty's Gengar is 64 speed, or 65. I think it's 65 speed, and we're almost 100. Yeah, I don't think speed's going to be that much of an issue. One-shot the Ghastlies and the Haunters. That's actually a really good sign. Hey, Kiwi. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, sorry I couldn't do those terror raids. Okay, let's see how Morty goes. I would not use a Rock Ice type unless I had an ability that made it not take super effective damage like Filter. Yeah, that would make sense. Okay, is the Gengar going to be a one-shot? I pretty much doubt it. Did about half, but I flinched. So, yeah, that was easy. Also, I'm still kind of worried about Chuck. Do you guys think I should actually try and delay him and just try to utilize Abra? Like, maybe I should do the Lighthouse, go to Cianwood, get the Secret Potion, and then teleport back, but then again, Jasmine's going to be hard too. Honestly, I think Jasmine's the bigger problem. Because Chuck's inconsistent. He could just miss like 3 dynamic punches. Actually, I think I get Home Claws at level 36, I believe. Oh, ran out of slashes and headbutts. Alright, I do need to heal at this center. Really? Alright, there's the Krabby. Ice Shard shouldn't kill. No. Alright, Krabby's caught. Lily's head is apparently a rock according to a dex entry. May have been a good candidate for that. Oh, yeah, that would be extremely horrible if that ended up being an ice rock type. Yeah, it does have good defenses, but Ice Shard was special. But, I mean, my special attacks alone it resisted, but with special moves, you honestly never know. Nice, I avoided the, Sailor this time, which I'll always appreciate. You know what? I'm actually gonna fight Dennis here really quick. I'm sure Scott would approve of this. I mainly just want a tiny bit extra experience, even though Spearo's terrible. Spearow is worth a decent amount of XP. Oh, really? Okay, it's a Tentacruel. I won't be mad. You know what? I think I'll give Chuck one try. But just in case it's not going to work, I need to be able to teleport back to, Olivine. So I'm not going to heal at the center here. Okay, then. Yeah, I think that answers our question. Alright, I'm just gonna go deliver the secret potion, but I'm not gonna fight Jasmine just yet. I think what I'll do is, I'll just deliver the secret potion and just go to the Lake of Rage. I mean, yeah, we're 4 times weak to fighting, and our defense stat is horrible. Well, I guess I have to do the very rare backtrack through Olivine City manually. I actually remember Scott said something one time. This Pokefan here, Pokefan Derek, he's actually the better one to fight, because in case you have to manually backtrack, if you have to manually backtrack, he's mandatory. Yeah, I think Chuck after Price is the best bet. But I think I need more training, though. Plus, I don't think I'm even gonna attempt Chuck until I at least have, Home Claws. Also, we do get access to Sludge Bomb, and we have Home Claws, but Poison offensively is one of the worst types in the game. It only does super effective damage to grass types, but half the types in the game resist it. And even then, grass types, it can't be a grass poison typing. Like, unless we were to get the same type attack bonus, it really wouldn't help out too much, so I'm just gonna skip it. It's no chance, even in terms of finding Pokemon, you can actually... Tentacruel's great XP. It actually is very great XP. When I was doing that, Crystal Weedle video several months back, I ended up realizing, before Jasmine, the best place to train in the wild is the water with the Tentacruel, and occasional Mantine. It's actually the best training spot for that point. That's not Trainer Zone. Alright. Oh yeah. I actually can't fly. Dang, our speed stat's just insane. Actually, I really should have healed at the Mahogany Center first so I can teleport back. Actually, that item I passed, I think that was a max ether. But then again, I, like, never get it. Yeah, Gen 1 Sludge is pretty much the best poison. I mean, poison offensively in Gen 1's actually good since the bug type was weak to it, and most of the grass types were 4 times weak to it. Yeah, poison type offensively in Gen was actually pretty decent, especially for the early games. Same thing with bug. Honestly, bug type in the early games is actually better. It hits the psychic types for good damage, like, only if it's Twin Needle. The other moves aren't that good. But against, like, the random, like, Ekans and Coughings, they are weak to bug in Gen 1. Alright, it's a good thing the 3 Magnemite guy doesn't have Thunder Wave. You know, it's funny, Steve always makes fun of me for being afraid of this guy, but this guy isn't really too bad. The one that's really bad is the one in the radio tower, because his Magnemites have Thunder Wave too. Because the thing is, if they get the chance to paralyze you, and, like, you can't move, and you hit yourself too many times, very easy to get out of control. Alright, I think level 36 I get access to Home Claws. Darn it. What I'm starting to do now, if I end up successfully avoiding this guy, I will actually escape rope out and go back in. That way, I won't have to risk fighting the guy. Not gonna counter Alakazam, but it can crush Exeggutor. Yeah. Man, my main spamming move pretty much just been Slash. Bone Claws. Also, on my, backports, the moves will actually have proper spacing in them. Scott was able to help me figure out how to do it. I mean, it was pretty easy for him, but I didn't know how to do it. So yeah, the move will actually show up properly, with a space. Also, since this is Generation 2, if I crit with Slash, it still takes my attack buff into consideration. It won't be like Gen 1 where it ignores it. That's good. Imagine this in Gen 1, though. Imagine Gen 1 Weavile with Swords Dance and like, Body Slam, and it would just crit all the dang time. It'd be nuts. Alright, gotta teach Whirlpool to Krabby. I'm gonna save an escape rope. Maybe I shouldn't have healed there. Oh well. I can't take that back now. Maybe I should have not healed there. That way I can teleport back to Olivine. Yeah, I should have done that. Because here's the thing. Would I rather fight Jasmine or Chuck? Because, I mean, Jasmine, her Magnemites aren't that bad. It's just the Steelix, plus it's inaccurate. But then again, Chuck, I'm 4 times weak to fighting, so I'm kind of between a rock and a hard place right now. Yeah, and it is really interesting, because Weavile is, like, a really good Pokemon and stuff, but when it's given the same treatment as Sneasel in this game, then you can really see a lot of stuff holding it back. Ice Shard's not a physical move. That is not what I meant to do. Jasmine is good, but Chuck has the whatever 9,000. Yeah, it's a tough call. Honestly, in the end, though, just because I forgot Fisherman can do that. Honestly, Just because Chuck can be random, I think he might be the better idea to face. Actually, you know what? Am I gonna need the Tin Tower candy? I don't think so, no. Then again, I might need to use all my rare candies. I'll just get it. Are you gonna still do the bug run? Yes, I will. I just haven't had the chance yet. You know what, since I'm here, I'm gonna give Jasmine, one try. Wait, did I? Oh, I forgot that paralysis cure berry. Uh-oh. Alright, I'm just gonna have to try my luck without it. Hopefully get a paralysis, but I still feel like this run is a loss. The fight is a lost cause. Okay. Ice Shard did decent damage, but I get completely destroyed. But if I had remembered that paralysis cure berry, alright. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do Chuck first. But yeah, that crystal run for Scott's Bug Bash, I'll do it sometime this weekend, I'd say. Hey, Boss KO. No. No, obviously not, but it's still my fault for not getting it. Like, I think even when I go back at a higher level, I should still have it. So I'm gonna beat Chuck first, get access to Fly. Also, great job for using Ice Punch. I'll probably stream it through the Discord. We'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna get Fly, and then go backtrack to go get... Oh, wait a minute. You know what I just realized that I could have gotten? Weavile can learn Dig. So, yeah, I'm gonna beat Chuck and then go get it. I mean, Dig isn't gonna help me with this fight, but it'll help me for Jasmine. Alright, it does have Karate Chop. One. Ow. Dang. Alright, so I need a +3 and then sweep. And Chuck is kind of an idiot. There we go. And I crit on top of it. Nice. Yeah, it's definitely the better idea to fight Price first. May as well get the rare candy and stuff while I'm here. Alright, so, I need to go get that paralysis cure berry. Dig. Go here. Well, so long, Ice Shard. honestly, even though the Steelix has really good defense compared to its special, actually, I think it might have been a mistake teaching over item. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. But then again, even Ice Shard was doing like a quarter. Alright, so I think Hone Claws until the berry activates. Alright, let's see how much Dig does. Alright, did about half. Okay, then. Honestly, assuming no Iron Tail crit, that was actually a free fight. So that was easier than I thought. Plus, the reason I said I wanted to do the first stage bug Pokemon for Scott's Bug Bash thing, to do it in the Discord. Streaming it in the Discord is so people can still watch it, but I don't feel like I have to be as entertaining, if you know what I mean. Like, constantly talking. Like, putting up a good visual appearance. So, whenever I stream in the Discord, like re-ranks and stuff, I just want to be more laid back. And not 5 resets on Brock enough. Yeah. Alright, where do I think this run could go worse for me? Claire's gonna be just fine. I may have to get the second Paralysis Cure Berry. Because I cannot rely on a move like Ice Shard or Icy Wind or Ice Punch. Because our special attack is just that bad. But honestly, I think a Pink Bow boosted return might just one-shot the Dragonairs anyway. Yeah, the first spot I'm thinking is Bruno. But I have to be fortunate that his Hitmontop, I believe, doesn't have any fighting moves. I believe its attacking moves are Quick Attack, Dig, Detect, and Counter, I believe. Yeah, the attack... our attack is actually Ripple, our special attack. We have 120 attack and like 45 special. Ladybug, I think I already made a decision. Oh, I know what the decision is. I'm doing Parasect. The reason I'm doing Parasect is because not even Squidgy has done it. And I know it's extremely slow, but has Spore. So it should be an interesting run. Plus, I have experience with Parasect. I'm not going to do Paras because I care about my sanity. Dude. I know, I was just talking about our base stats. Alright, I'll need to use 2 ethers on Slash, 1 ether on Dig. I always get like 2 or 3 ethers just for the rocket section here. So that way you don't have to heal at the center. I mean, it's not like I need to save the ethers. The ethers are only meant for this point. Interesting that actually... Hey, look, it's our cousin. Okay, that would have been bad if that had paralyzed. Alright, now we have to face one of the toughest guys in here. The, rocket guy. With the single Rattata. But funnily enough, here's the interesting question. Are we ever, at any point, going to use Nasty Plot? We get it at level 48. Do you guys think there's going to be a legitimate use for it? Like, can you guys think of any strat? I'm struggling to think of one. Our base attack is indeed almost 3 times our special attack. Wonder why our active special attack's over half of our attack. Might have to do with the EV spreads, maybe. That XP. I mean, we could theoretically combine Nasty Plot with Ice Punch. Honestly, Return and Home Claws is just going to destroy everything. Honestly, Kiwi, I'm not going to be going with the Curse strat for Red. That's, if I was, I would still have Agility on my moveset, because Agility can cancel out the speed drop. My plan for Red is to set up on the Pikachu with leftovers and rest if I need to, and then the plan is to one-shot sweep. Alright, I gotta go get the TM. I can use some vitamins. I did not mean to buy that Carbos. Other than Lance, nah, just own Return with Slash for backup. Yeah, but I think I'll just hold on to Headbutt just in case there is a fight where I do need the flinch lock. Because Scott has basically made me realize if I'm not using a fourth move, just hold on to Headbutt. You never know if you need the flinches. Dang, our attack stat and speed is just incredible. Headbutt's rebuyable. It is, but that costs time, and I'd rather not do that. I mean, honestly, I see myself just keeping these moves for the time being. Got the pink bow. Alright, I'm gonna need to remember to get the Dratini this time. Get the max potion just in case. Hey, Remill. I don't need the Paralysis Cure Berry. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure Return Pink Bow will just one-shot the Dragoners. If I got rid of Headbutt, it'd be to see if things were faster without it during a first playthrough. If it proved useful in a first playthrough, I wouldn't ditch it from the second. So you're saying in the first playthrough, I should just not use it? I mean, I already plan on that anyway. It's just backup PowerPoints, honestly. Okay, the fact it didn't one-shot the Seadra is kind of concerning. Honestly, though, me using those vitamins earlier actually did help my friendship a bit, but I'm nowhere near max friendship yet. Nasty plot. No. Alright, this guy I know has a Dragonair. Let's see. It does one-shot. Let's see this girl's. If this girl sees Dragonair's a one-shot, then I think we're safe. Okay. Potentially safe. We'll have to see. Deidre has higher defense. Yeah, that might have been throwing the results off a bit. Alright, let's see. Okay. Alright, Home Claws, Smoke Screen. Alright, now I just have to not miss. Man, the dark ice border for the overlay actually looks really good. It's like a distinct difference between dark and light. Actually looks really nice. Get the Dratini. Get the Dratini. Dratini? Yep, Dratini. Basically the new meme on this channel. I always seem to forget the Dratini. Tiny dragon. Dratini. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Alright, I don't need to go around to get any rare candies, so... What if Dratini was said like Dratini? Like, it isn't... Dratini. Oh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not Dratini. The poison border? Oh, yeah. The old poison border was like a bunch of green bogs. But the one I found, I just literally looked up an image of purple water. Also, I can explain why I encountered that Venusaur girl. In Heart Gold, Soul Silver, you're supposed to go straight right to avoid her. But in Gold, Silver, and Crystal, you have to go down. So I got the games mixed up. This. Oh boy, Iceberry. Look like you have Down syndrome. That's not nice. Yeah, that's not nice at all. What gives? YouTube reviewer. Man, I didn't know you were a medical reviewer too. I'll make it cuter. Man, you're being so judgmental, YouTube reviewer. I think you need to go seek help. Thanks, Annie. They have been sent to Brazil. Actually, even worse. Send them to Venezuela. That place is worse. Alright, got the, where are the full restores? Here they are. Wait. Alright, I do have the Bitterberry here. Even though Will is generally not that hard, mostly, if I have a setup move and I need to set up turn 1, I like to equip the Bitterberry in case it uses Confuse Ray. Hey, Remil. Yeah, I'm doing great. Some random person came in and said I have some sort of genetic disorder. I mean, they're right, but you don't need to point it out like that. Kinda mean. Okay, it's a good thing Koga doesn't use full restores, because if that thing had used Explosion, it would have hurt bad. Honestly, Dig might have been the better play there. Let's see. Full power returns 102, but a regular Dig is 60. No, Return was still better, because even though Steel's weak to ground, Bug resists it, so it would have only been neutral damage. Then again, Return's resisted. I feel like Dig might have been slightly better. Plus, if it had exploded, I would have been underground, so it wouldn't have been that bad. Okay, that Mach Punch actually kind of hurt. It's a good thing it didn't do that much. Honestly, this moveset I have right here, assuming I replace Headbutt with Home Claws, or with Rest, this might actually be my final moveset, to be honest. I don't see what other move I would want right now. Return and Home Claws is just straight up good for everything, and Dig is mainly for the Rock and Steel. Wow. Okay, Karen. Wow. Hit myself 3 times in a row. Alright, this is definitely a bit risky. Theoretically, I could save my Bitterberry for Karen, but then again, the main problem isn't Confuse Ray, it's the Sand Attack. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Just one reset. Yeah, I don't think I need to heal any power points. One advantage of having Headbutt, I didn't have to use a single elixir in this whole league. Okay, Home Claws, Surf, Home Claws. One more. 4. Okay, I will say that Hyper Beam probably would have killed. So I think +3 may have been enough. I think I was definitely being too cocky there. You could keep Swift. I never picked up the TM. But honestly, now that you mention it, that might actually make Karen more consistent. I really never needed the flinch chances from Headbutt. Honestly, that's actually a good idea. Yeah, I think for run 2, I'll just, I'll get Swift, but not Headbutt. Actually, no, I still need Headbutt for Whitney, but then after that I could teach. Reset console. My god. Also, my over-under is 106. On instant text, Kanto usually takes like 14 to 15 minutes to to beat Blue, so honestly, I don't think this is gonna get sub 106. It might be 106 when I defeat Blue, but I don't think I'm gonna get under 106, but we'll have to see. Alright, time for a lot of Overworld. Nice. I avoided the guy. Blue's very overconfident. No, he's still a hard fight in Crystal. It's just the problem is, Curse is a very overpowered TM in this game. Alright, I will need to get the leftovers, but I'm not going to equip it just yet. I think I better re-equip the ink bow. It's okay. The Kenya made sure it wasn't poisoned first. You know, I haven't streamed a Heart Gold run to YouTube side yet, but Erica's team in the remakes is honestly one of the most improved gym leaders in the whole Kanto section. The reason is, one, she leads with Jump Bluff, and it is very freaking fast. But that's not the main issue. Her AI is always programmed to use Sunny Day turn 1, and her whole entire team has Chlorophyll and Solar Beam. So, unless you straight up resist grass, her fight is gonna hurt you really bad. Like with Feraligatr, I actually fought Erica last before Blue. I fought Erica as the 15th gym leader. Okay, Sabrina is gonna be... okay, that was, on me. But yeah, Sabrina's gonna be completely free. She can't even attack me. Overconfident because he thinks he's the best. Pretty much, yeah. Okay, just a series of one-shots. Good, good, good so far. Okay. Alright, now I just got the Nugget Bridge trainers. Then afterwards, I'll need to teleport back to the power plant, earn the machine part, get the expansion card, and then I'll need to go fight Misty, then Surge, and then go to Kanto. Or go to Diglett's Cave. I don't think I've ever actually used a Psychic type in a Kanto game. Wow, you're definitely one of the bottom 5% of people who've never used one. Wow. You've got to. It's definitely an experience. If you want a good Psychic type to start with, one that's obviously not Mewtwo. Like, let's see, actually, you need to do Hypno. Hypno is honestly the best of both worlds. It gets Meditate, physical moves like Headbutt, and it gets Psychic. In terms of, like, pure level-up moveset alone, Hypno's probably one of the best level-up movesets. Like, it gets all of its important moves by level up. If you had to do a no TM run, Hypno is what you want. Like, it's that good. You know what? I'm gonna go do, Misty first. Alright, I am out of returns, but I have Headbutt. It'll work just fine. Hidden Power? No. And if you guys are wondering, in our runs, Hidden Power is always Hidden Power Dark, because we always have maxed out perfect stats. That does make Hidden Power Dark. It does nerf and not nerf Hidden Power at the same time. Like, we can't just set Hidden Power to whatever typing we want, but we can still use it. Like, I could get the same type attack bonus with it, but not like, it'll be that good. But yeah, Hypno is very good in a Gen 1 playthrough. Alright, I don't think I need the fan clip candies, so I'm just gonna skip. Come on, blow up underground. Oh well. You know what's funny? Even though Surge's badge doesn't give a badge boost in this game, he still says it boosts your... I forgot the expansion card. I usually do that. Then Blue back to his gym. Get the rare candy. Avoid. Nice. Alright, I have 4 digs, so his whole team should be a series of one-shots, but I think just to be safe, all Hone Claws first. Oh, you have got to be kidding. Blaine. Think about it, Blaine. Uh-oh. Okay, that is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen in a while. Blaine, he's not hard. And he decided to burn me. Yeah, a rare Blaine win. That's the only way he can ever win a fight against you. If, he burns you. That's pretty much the only way. Oh well, it's not that much of a backtrack. I was gonna say, did Blaine remember his yellow days? But then he used a max potion instead of a super one. Yeah, he's upgraded since then. Times have changed. Okay, you know what? I was probably trying to be too safe. Let's see if the digs were let's see if the Hone Claws were even necessary at all. Okay, yeah, they weren't. So I basically just took a blackout for no reason. Downgraded but richer. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, honestly, he should have had a Magmar in yellow because he had one in the anime, didn't he? Yeah, this ain't getting a 106 under. Probably gonna finish the game at 107, if I had to take a rough guess. Alright, I'm gonna have to headbutt this because he does have Protect. And the AI, I believe most of the trainers, they're more likely to use Protect if the opponent's using Dig or Fly or something like that. Geek Blaine is a Blaine that doesn't exist. Geek Blaine is just Yellow Blaine, but with Magmar. I don't know. Yellow Blaine is still he's a very difficult gym leader. Alright, so I think the plan here, set up, I think just one Hone Claw is all I need. Because I'm pretty sure I need the +1 in order to one-shot the Rhydon, because the Rhydon's defense stat is extremely good. His attack stat is incredible. Okay, so the one boost didn't even matter. I probably should have used like 2, maybe 2 of them, possibly. Who knows? I'd love to see a future Blaine with Magmortar. I think he uses Magmortar either in his Heart Gold rematch team or the World Leaders Tournament team. I know one of those he has a Magmortar. Yeah, this is getting a 107. Rhydon's actually really good, just keep him away from water, basically. I lost to the ledge again. Alright, I'm gonna equip the leftovers. And I'm gonna teach rest. Headbutt. Yeah, so close to a sub 106. Alright, I think just turn 1 dig. Yeah, just get rid of the Pikachu. Charizard. How much does return do? Slightly less than half. Honestly? Okay. I need to use 1 Hone Claws. I should probably use it on the... Probably not on the Pikachu, just because of turn 1 Charm. If I can outspeed and one-shot the rest of his team except Snorlax, I could probably just Hone Claw on the Charizard. Oh, that was... Okay, no, that's an idiotic move. I need to set up on the Pikachu. Cool. Dude, that is an insanely accurate Pikachu. Crit, I don't even know if that mattered. It probably did. Honestly, I probably should have set up to +3. $107.05. Alright, that wasn't too bad. I got the in-between, but where could this thing really be improved? I mean, my strat at the red fight was pretty much okay. I pretty much had to delay Chuck. I had to do Price, then Chuck, then Jasmine, with Dig. Mainly the Johto section can be heavily improved. Alright. I'm gonna start a new poll, and then I'm gonna go away for a few minutes and refill my water drink. I'll just make the poll, and I'll be back in a couple minutes. I'm gonna set the under to 105, I think. I mean, Steve might be saying, "What, are you crazy? You really think you're gonna shave off 2 minutes?" Here's the thing, that blackout at Blaine probably cost me like 50 seconds. Steve just really wants me to just be very, very conservative with my estimate. But sometimes I think there's a boundary. Honestly, Blaine wasn't even that hard. His Mach Punch was like the only thing that was bad. Alright, I'll be back in a few minutes. Be right back. There we go. Trying to hang up my headset. Alright, be right back. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, I think this is going to be a really good run, too. Yeah, Kiwi. The main strat, pick up Dig on the way, and pick up Swift, but save it for later. Bump my mic. Not gonna nickname it. Oh yeah, Dig is the best option by far. Here's the thing. we even need Ice Shard by level up? Where did it help us? I guess it helped us with the Bayleaf on Rival 3. Like, did it help us at all? I don't even know. Sometimes you gotta fight against the surging tide because the calm waters may be too deep. Wow, you should be a philosopher. Cool, poisoned. Actually, poison here is not a big deal. Mr. Pokemon heals you for free. Oh yeah, I can hear the dogs going at it. You know, we got them 2 years ago today. Bunch of little white shepherds. They're cute. Okay, getting hit with that growl was kind of annoying. Also, fun fact most of you may not know, the rival there actually heals you for free. Like, he's such a bad guy, yet he still heals you up. Yes, officer. Ike. I mean, there was this one philosopher who came into a building, but, featherless chicken say, "Behold a man." That's what they're calling it, huh? Alright, so at this point, I could probably go minimum battles. You know, Scott actually, I don't think the video's out yet, but he released his Saturday video early on Patreon, and I watched all of it. I won't spoil anything, but it is a video in Crystal. He actually did give a little shout out to our backport races. He does with us. And he actually said that one thing he likes about doing it with us is, in his Crystal play, he's actually finally realized everything he does that's just straight up bloat and unnecessary. Like, for example, getting the mint berry for Morty. Like, unless you absolutely struggle without it, it's never worth getting it. You should probably just accept a reset or two. Picture of Lucario. Never found a Bellsprout either, so I'll need to get an Oddish. Oddish in the forest at nighttime is actually a 50%, but the Oddish on that route, I don't remember. I think it's 30. Like, it's a pretty common encounter. Not encountering it in both runs today is kind of surprising. Get the egg. Get the paralysis cure. Darn. Hey, Bellsprout. Get the Bellsprout. I mean, I already caught the Oddish, so I'm not even gonna bother with Psyduck. I might actually give it. Dang, Spinner still got you. Yeah, D1. I tried to pause him like 3 times, and he just kept looking down. Oh yeah, D1. We never got back. You never got back with us about doing a Gen 1 backport with us. There's still plenty of Ultra Beasts left, I think. Do. 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 True, life was a little hectic from getting married in July and other life shit that I'll get into later. Be good to go next week, possibly Thursday. We'll have to get back to you on that, because Thursdays have honestly became our time with Scott. But, just message me on Discord and just tell me, like, what other times might work out. And, you gotta make sure it's something with Twin Needle. Yeah, sure, D1, if you want to. An open invite.
I just had to mute your stream real quick so it doesn't double come through my headphones.
Yeah, I meant to share my screen too, but I forgot.
It's all good. I've got YouTube up.
I usually like to have it up, usually in case someone like Steve stops by, because YouTube always has that delay.
True. On my end, you're just now beating... Okay, you just beat Bugsy.
Okay, so it's like 5 seconds. Alright,
But yeah, right now, I am exploring this Forbidden Memories mod that I just learned about.
There's a Forbidden Memories. Never heard of it.
It's Forbidden Memories is an old Yu-Gi-Oh! Like PlayStation 1 game.
Yeah, Steve might know that.
But there's a mod where it's all Pokemon, and I'm trying to see what it's about. But yeah, life was just busy since July.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned that you had to stop doing them in July because of the wedding you were doing. And I gave
Yeah,
you some
wedding
time,
and
but
then
we're starting to run out of people to do backports with. It's just nothing but Ike and his shenanigans. Like with all the good luck he gets.
yeah, July. I mean, I went on my honeymoon right afterwards, and then I got
Nice.
back to work, and it was like, oh man, I have a lot to catch up on.
Oh
But
yeah.
they were like, they were patient with shit, so it was like, that's good.
They didn't have other people do your stuff for you?
They did, but you know how some people are at jobs where they're like, hey, I did some of your stuff, but not all of it.
Oh
Because
yeah. I've had people do that to me, but then again, I would do that to people too.
pending who the person is, if there's someone who will like take care of my shit while I'm gone, I'm gonna take care of theirs. But if they like half-ass everything, then I'm just gonna half-ass their work too.
Well, it's not like I offer to. It's usually like at my job, I mainly work close with just one other person in the same department at my retail store. I'm in here.
Mm-hmm.
Usually if one person goes on vacation, the other one covers. Like I was on vacation, it ended last week, and he pretty much covered, although that was only for stuff in his department, but I work in others too, partly. Those were not covered, and things were a mess.
That's always fun to come back to, right?
Yeah, especially, like, Like, they basically put me in charge of cleaning the bathrooms every Monday, once a week, but no one
Mhm.
cleaned it the week before. Oh my god, it was bad.
It wasn't like shit everywhere, was it? Like,
Give it an
figuratively and literally?
give it another week and it would have. I'm not kidding.
Dear fucking god.
Hey,
I can
you
only
know,
imagine the horrors there.
I mean, the reason I can tell things were bad when I was gone, even the women's room was filthy.
You know, when back in the day when I managed a pizza place, the women's bathroom was always filthier than the men's.
I refuse to believe it.
I mean, hell, I remember when I was 19 and I worked at a movie theater, the women's bathroom was like way worse than the men's. Like people would get on the walkie-talkies, like we'd be cleaning like theaters or bathrooms, and you just hear
Jeez.
someone on the walkie-talkie be like, "Someone left a bloody tampon on the ground."
Oh gosh. Actually, I
Yeah.
remember there were a few times, hopefully none of you are eating, this is your warning, but there was this one time, I think it was, I don't think it was a year ago, it might have been little less than that. I don't know, I don't really keep track of time anymore. A month, 10 months, same thing. But, what basically happened was, there were a few times where, we had to completely shut down the only bathroom we had for the customers to use, because we only have one bathroom. Uh,
Mhm.
we had to shut it down a couple of times because there was stuff over the floor, and
Mm.
I think one time someone went in there and threw up. Most of it was behind the toilet.
Lovely.
Yeah. Also, I'm impressed I actually won Whitney first try. I forgot to teach headbutt. I was supposed to pick up headbutt for flinch chances to try and break the rollout chain, but I guess
I
I just
just witnessed the Whitney win.
that's what we call in the industry iking your way through a fight.
I feel like I iked my way through Grant and Pyroar's run.
Ah, dang it. Have you done any X runs lately?
I did Pyroar, which I finally got done editing and everything yesterday. And I was
Nice.
either gonna do Gorgeist or Trevenant next,
Or guys.
since, you know,
That the pumpkin
October's,
one?
yeah.
Oh yeah, the one that can be 4 different sizes.
Yep, and pending the size depends on its stats, which I learned this morning.
You get a random one.
Ugh. I could actually, I think the randomizer sets it to random, and then you have to edit it in PK hex.
Oh yeah, I always do that just because starting Gen 3 Plus, I don't really have a way to edit my starter before I received it, so I have to like receive it first.
Gotcha.
I know
Yeah.
Scott has ways of doing it, but that involves I think he had to code his ROMs to not do a bunch of encryption stuff to allow him to do that, but he basically had to edit the disassembly himself to prevent that.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
mean, I'm
he also
sure
has it to
with enough
where
effort I could do it, but eh.
I think he also has it to where the starter is in all three balls, and then whatever ball he picks, it's like the rival's starter will be like if it were the normal starter. Like if you pick, let's say, in Crystal Cyndaquil's ball, then the rival's gonna have Totodile and Feraligatr and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're about to take on the rival. Oh
Yep.
wait, nope. You're
I
using a
don't
repel, then taking on the rival.
There's encounters in here. I always use a repel in here. Okay, this is a mistake on my end. I should have taught Dig for this fight, just to make the fight a bit extra safer, but I don't really think it's gonna matter. There we go, first try. Not bad.
Easy peasy. Clean McDonald's bathrooms. It was horrific. Never going back to preach.
Ouch.
When I made it out of the food industry, I was like, I'm never going to go back.
Oh, thank God I never worked in the food industry.
It
Thank
builds
goodness.
character.
Oh yeah,
I'll,
it
I'll
definitely will.
I'll just leave it there.
Mm. Just gonna move the mic a bit closer. Alright, that should be good. I'm still trying to figure out the perfect audio settings for this.
Yeah, I've been fiddling with mine some because in my most recent video, some people left comments saying I was like quiet, and I was like, huh, the volume is like at 90% on this thing, so
Well, I got a new boom mic arm for my microphone. So
hmm
I'm used to it, my mic like being on the desk here, and I would just talk real loud, but I'm still trying to make sure my voice gets captured good in the stream and the Discord bubbles.
gotcha. What kind of mic do you have?
I have I have a, hold on. I have a Blue Yeti.
Gotcha.
Oh, damn. I mean,
I
I
was
don't
gonna
care what
say
most
it's
people say. Blue Yetis are a pretty decent microphone. This one I paid like $70 for.
I mean, yours sounds pretty good. I know a lot of people are like, yeah, it picks up everything, and it's like,
Have
not if
any
you put it in the right spot.
Here's another thing. Have you ever heard of a noise gate? You can set them
Yes.
in OBS. You can have it to where it will only pick up sound if the noise level exceeds this number.
Yep.
I had to get it to a good balance to where it won't capture background noise, but as soon as I start talking in a normal tone, then it'll capture everything.
Yeah, I've gotten mine to that point as well. I guess now people have trouble hearing, so back to the drawing board with that.
Mhm.
All right, let's
Actually,
see if I can get this mod to work.
Actually, this isn't really a bathroom story. This was more like we used to have some incredibly disgusting people come to our store to shop. Oh god. Like there was this one woman, I haven't seen her in years. I think she's dead, but
Good
um,
riddance.
yeah, I think most people in the store felt that way. She was just not a nice person. But basically what happened was hold on, let me surf and then I'll talk about it. Just so I don't
hmm
get distracted. I forgot Swift. Oh well. Escape rope. That is not the escape rope. Ice super repels. Alright, surf. Oh right, I gotta actually catch the Krabby. So we always had this one old lady. She looked like she was in her 70s. She would always just come in, like, get on the little motor scooter thing. She was incredibly overweight, wore filthy clothes, and she basically smelled like pee. Like, I think it was literally two, because there were a few times she used that thing, and one of us would go to pick it up, and there was a, you know what on the seat.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, and the worst part is, she always left her motor scooter outside, never had anyone help her out with it, and all she would buy is like one orange juice. But the thing is, she would come back like 5 or 6 times a day. Do that every single time. She was such an annoying person. Try and cater to. Actually, I remember this one time, she came in. We have a rule where you need to, pay for your deli food before you can go to our eating area to eat it, right? I'm sure most stores have that rule.
That makes
There were
sense.
times where, actually, there was one time She ate her food ahead of time and then went to go pay for it, but she was out of money on her food card. And she literally had no way to pay for the food she already ate. So she got in trouble for doing that. And apparently she's done all sorts of stuff at the other store in town too. Like, I don't think she ever got banned from them, but she would basically just go like everywhere throughout the whole town. Like, I think she was just a mentally deteriorating person, but at the same time, she just lived in absolute filth. She just was not nice towards others. Not like a mean kind of way, but like inconsiderate's the more correct word. Inconsiderate. But I haven't seen her come back in like at least a year and a half, so I'm pretty sure she's dead. But yeah, she was just an absolute mess.
I would, I'd believe that.
Well, I think somebody mentioned it too. Alright, now I just gotta go do price. I've pretty much said at the end of the first run, I'm just gonna get the secret potion and then just leave Cianwood immediately, and then I'm gonna do price and then teleport back to Olivine and fight Jasmine. The main plan is to use Hone Claws and set up in spam dig. Your internet dropped out, dang. Hopefully it's back.
Oh man, to go back to
hey, okay.
people just like blowing up bathrooms and shit.
Oh yeah.
So there's a place I used to work that I'm not gonna drop the name of.
Is it a federal franchise? Is it a nationwide franchise?
No. I'll just say this, and it's one of two places that you guys can guess. So I used to work in the mortgage industry for like 6 years, and in Michigan, it's two of the biggest lenders in like the country. And all you kids at home, y'all got Google, so y'all can figure out which one of the two I may have worked for.
JP Morgan?
But,
JP Morgan?
No.
Or no, that's a bank.
It is a bank, but they do mortgages.
Chase?
JP Morgan and Chase are the same thing.
Shut up. Hey,
Here.
At least you can tell for sure that I don't live in the Midwest.
True. Here, you can check your Discord DMs later, but I just shot you the name of it.
Did I just not say it?
I would appreciate if you didn't.
Okay.
Just because I don't want people going to try and find me on like LinkedIn or anything. Which someone has done, and it was very fucking weird.
The BMW car manufacturer? Why? I didn't know they did mortgages.
But there was a girl who worked here that apparently had really bad IBS. So she would go to the bathroom a lot for obvious reasons.
Oh.
Well, her manager was like, hey, you use the bathroom too much. Like, this is affecting production and, like, you know, team morale and all that other bullshit that they try to feed you. I can see where this is going. You need to use the bathroom less. So this girl instead found an area on the 3rd floor where there's, like, no cameras.
Oh, no.
And she just took a shit in the middle of the floor.
I don't know too much about the work laws, but I'm pretty sure it's illegal to restrict your employees from using the bathroom. I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
Oh, it is, especially if they have a condition like IBS.
Well, it's like one of the few, like, guaranteed worker rights pretty much, like, everywhere has. Like, you can't forbid your employees from using the bathroom. You can't forbid them from, like, another one. I think discussing wages is another one of them. There's a couple of others. Like, using the bathroom, like, come on.
I was gonna say, I don't know if discussing wages is like,
Well, it's not like, basic... Well, in most states, I remember Steve and I were mentioning, like, your employer cannot rebel against you if you do it. Like, with your other coworkers. They can't rebel against you because it's protected speech by OSHA.
yeah,
Kind of like, another one. Like, if you went to your boss and told him about an unsafe... Or, like, if you saw somebody, like, doing something unsafe, or you see unsafe conditions, like, your employer can't just, like, punish you for doing that stuff. That's one way to get sued. And plus,
yeah.
workers have the right to, like, file a complaint with OSHA if you're violating any of their rules. You can't punish employees for contacting OSHA if it's over a serious claim. Like, obviously, if they were making stuff up. But, like, if they perceive, like, there's no, like, warning signs near the electrical and people have gotten shocked, if you report that and, like, your employer fires you for it, you can sue them. Like, there's a bunch of things that employers can't punish you for doing. Or restrict you from doing.
Another thing my former employer started doing when like a bunch of people were quitting is that when they would hire people, they would try to force new hires to sign this like
NDA?
it's a no, it was essentially a promissory note for like 10 grand, and they're like, "Hey, as part of your acceptance of this job, you're going to take this 10 grand loan. And if you quit or get fired within 3 years of you getting hired, you have to pay it all back plus interest on the dot."
Wow.
And a lot of people were like, "Well, I don't want to accept this loan." And they were like, "Well, you either accept it or you're still unemployed." And a lot of people were like, "Well, guess I'll still be unemployed."
Yeah, I would... If you have to pay a new employee 10 grand to not quit after 3 years, something's wrong with that job.
Exactly.
Besides, 10 grand, like an average job, you can make that amount in, like, 10 grand. I'd say, like, the average job, you could make that in, like, 3 months, if I had to take a rough guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I mean, I know most companies will have, like, I know there's this, lumber mill in my town. I don't remember what their benefits package is, because I never worked there. Just, I know people who have. If I remember
Mhm.
correctly, a lot of their, like, medical benefits and other things, and other things like employee ownership, stuff like that, you have to have worked there for at least 6 months before you get access to them.
Jesus.
I might have...
Most places nowadays, it's like after 30 days, your benefits are active.
Actually, maybe it's at max. I don't remember what it was. That was just a rough guess. Might have been that, honestly. Okay, now I've got to equip paralysis for...
I mean, my job gave me a $2,000 sign-on bonus, and they were like, "Yeah, as long as you don't quit or get fired within the first 6 months, you don't have to pay it back." And I was like, "That's easy."
Uh,
A lender that I worked for during COVID, though, I got a little jealous. They gave people $10,000 sign-on bonuses a week after I started. I was just like, damn,
I need to
had
do
I
a
just
better
held
job with
out.
teleport. I've had to do a lot of backtracking just to delay Chuck. I have 30 days of paid leave per year, gets 14 months worth of pay per year. No matter how long I'm sick, I still get paid for being at home. Nice.
Very nice.
Plus, if I remember correctly, the reason you get 14 months of pay in 12 is because I think you have a 4-day work week, you said? Yeah, if most companies, like in this country, if they try to do a 4-day work week, they would not raise people's wages to make up for it. Their wages would effectively get cut.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of the main loopholes, once you set somebody's like hourly wage, you can't lower it, but you can cut their hours. So that's usually what they do. You have 5 days a week. Oh, so you effectively just get paid a lot of money. Okay.
Or they'll try to force you to take a different role where they can make you take a pay cut. I've had that happen. Hey, you make too much money. Take this lesser role or we're gonna lay you off.
Okay, Duck is not being nice to me. I literally first tried him last time because his primate refused to use Karate Chop. Deer, Fury Swipes, Karate Chop. It was a crit. Here in Germany, if they give you a different job, they can't lower your... Yeah, I'm pretty sure most places you can't do that either, at least I've never heard of an instant. The only time I've ever taken a pay cut was when I literally changed companies. Like, where I changed my literal employer. But, like, within the company, I've never heard of such a thing. Maybe it's more common in other places? Oh my god. If you're wondering why I'm setting up so much, I have to get +3 or I don't one-shot the poly we're at. But, like, he is not being nice to me. I think I'm just gonna have to go for it at this point. I just gotta hopefully get lucky. Okay. I just got lucky
Miss
anyway.
Dynamic Punch.
No, I outsped in one
you
shot
outsped.
it. Yeah. Well, that's effectively the number of resets I had in my first run. Alright. I'm still gonna go around and get some rare candies. I'm just gonna get the easy one.
I think the mic cut out on my end for a second there.
Your mic?
No, yours.
Well, on Discord, I also have a little, I think I artificially lowered the input volume on my end just a bit.
Gotcha. Getting fired is a lot harder. Getting fired in the US is not very hard. Well,
I think it depends
it
if
depends
you're in a
where you
union
work
or not.
That too. Like, I've had jobs where I could literally walk up to my boss and tell him to go fuck himself, and, like, he wouldn't bat an eye. And then I've had jobs where, like, one boss will tell me, like, this pen is red, and it's like, no, this pen is blue. And then you get cussed out for 20 minutes.
Sounds like a fun time.
It was very fun.
That is not what I meant to
The
use.
funnest day was when I actually quit.
Actually, I thought the funnest day for you was getting fired from that.
Oh no, I said something to that boss one day because he really pissed me off, and I'm surprised I didn't get fired for it.
Yeah, it's a good thing I have a pretty nice boss. That sounds like what happened to your wife. Cool. Worked for a car place, made like 17-hour plus commission. They promoted her to lower her 13. She lost her commission sales. That's actually a legal thing they can do. Like I always thought promotions were optional. Like if they offered you a promotion, you didn't have to take it. Are they actually mandatory in some places?
I mean, some places they'll try to pull the card of like, well, you can take this promotion, or like they're gonna do everything in their power to like paper trail you and try to fire you, or they'll just like find some excuse to lay you off.
I feel like if I don't know, part of me feels like, I may be wrong on this, but part of me feels that if they force you to take a position that pays you a lower amount, I feel like that can let you, but I don't know. I've just never heard of such a thing. But then again, if that happened to me, I would probably quit on the spot. If that happened. That's probably the point.
Texas is a biohazard.
Mm.
I've never been to Texas.
I've been to, in ninth grade, I've been to Houston once for 2 weeks for, when I was a freshman, I was one of the first ever people in our school's robotics team. We went down there for a national tournament after we won our local state one. Not won it, but we got a
Nice.
reward for it. And we were able to go to Houston for it. It's humid, awful. You could drive for 40 minutes in Houston and still be in Houston.
God damn.
It's horrible down there.
My school didn't have a robotics team. That makes me a little jealous.
It was the first ever year. Like, it was founded when I was in the 9th grade. It continued for the 10th grade, and I think by the 11th grade they abandoned it because our old teacher moved to a different school. I guess they never really found a new person for it, so it was only for 2 years. I still have an old shirt from it with our old logo on it. I even have a hoodie for it, too.
Nice.
You could drive for 8 hours in Texas and still be in Texas. You could drive for 8 hours in Europe and be no longer in Europe. Yeah. Actually, I actually remember, I think this was on YouTube Shorts or something. There was this one European asking why Americans never traveled, and then an American person responded to it saying, "Do you have any idea how big our country is?" In Europe, like, he mentioned, like, in Europe, if you're in Germany, in 1 hour, you could take a train to go to, like, 5 different countries. Like, in the US, half the time you're still in the same state. Plus, all the different, like, climates and stuff like that. People can just effectively vacation within their own country here and be somewhere new. You can't really do that in Europe. You pretty much have to always go to a different country.
You buy a home.
I think my
mean, it
noise
only
gate
take-
I think my noise gate might be turned up a little too bit. So I may have to adjust that later. I notice when I seem to talk at a lower volume on OBS, sometimes it doesn't pick it up. Maybe I could move the mic a bit closer? That helps.
In Michigan, I mean, it only takes about 5 to 6 hours to drive from one side of the state to the other, pending if you're going east and west.
Here's my question. Staying within Michigan, how do you go from the lower to the upper peninsula without going through another state? Is there like a bridge you can take?
Yes.
How long is it?
Let's find out. I've actually never been to the UP, so
UP, I don't even know
long
what that is.
Upper Peninsula.
Oh. So you live in the lower part of it, I'm assuming.
Yep. I think I'm like 4 or 5 hours away from Steve when we talked about it.
Well, I mean, Steve has constantly given out near where he lives. He says he lives within like 10 miles of the Football Hall of Fame or something. He openly would brag about that. All right.
Yeah, he showed me something and it like definitely had the city he lived in and his full name, and I was like, bro, your info is just out there.
Honestly, he doesn't really care.
I know.
The only thing he pretty much won't do is give the address. He'll literally tell you what town he lives in and how far away from a landmark he is. But then again, I think he said the suburbs he lives in is like 70,000 people, so he's like, good luck finding me. Mill says your state neighbors.
We are?
What state? I'm gonna guess, let me see, there's a bunch of states. I know...
I'm gonna guess
See, one in-
Ohio or Indiana.
I know, well, Steve's Ohio. Well, there's also Wisconsin. Or Canada.
True, Wisconsin's next to the UP.
I do people in Michigan call that the UP?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
UP, Upper Peninsula. I don't know what people in the UP call the Lower Peninsula, though.
The turd. Or
Be funny if they called it the LP.
actually, they probably call it where Detroit is, avoided at all costs.
You know, it's funny. When I went to St. Lucia, also the Pro Football Hall of Fame, like close to where Steve lives, that is a 3 hour and 22-minute drive from where I am. But when I went to St. Lucia, like the houses and shit there make Detroit look like a rich neighborhood, even in the ghetto.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Then again, I remember when I was in it might have been the ninth grade. It was our old. Actually, no, it was 10th grade. It was our old it was a biology teacher or something. She mentioned that she grew up in Baltimore. She suggested to us, never ever go there. I've seen pictures of it too, and apparently I've read about what happened to like all their rivers where they used to get all their clam business from. Like, oh my god, like
Hmm.
if you ever wanted to know what a city would look like under a what do you call it? A polluted planet, look at Baltimore.
Look at Baltimore.
Yeah. I mean, their rivers used to be good for fishing up clams. Clams? I don't even think clams live in there anymore because of how polluted the water is. 'Cause they decided to turn their town into a shipping industry, even though it wasn't always a shipping industry. It's always meant as like a fishing city. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
At least that's what our old teacher said.
You know the saying "can't have shit in Detroit" yet comes from a Facebook post where a guy got his porch stolen. Annie, I can top that.
What have you gotten stolen?
Nothing, but my I feel bad for telling this story, but my friend's mom, huge fucking alcoholic. She literally got out of jail the day before St. Patrick's Day in like 2010 or 2011. Bitch goes to the bar, fucking gets blackout batshit wasted, and then drives through a fucking front porch as she tries to drive home.
Oh god. Did I save? I don't think I did.
I don't remember if you did.
Yeah, I don't have rewind anymore because I'm super shucky, so I'm just gonna black out. Hey, KPI. Yeah, that's just insanely funny.
The funny thing, Annie, she didn't go to prison. She barely spent a month in jail. And the funniest shit, the cherry on top, is that when she would tell us the story, she would tell us that it's not her fault. And my friend would be like, "Mom, how the fuck is that not your fault?" And she's like, "Joey, yes, I was drinking, and yes, I had a little too much to drink, and yeah, I might have drove home and crashed my van into a porch, but it wasn't my fault. I was falling asleep." And it's like, that's 100% your fault. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh my god. Actually, it's not really a similar story. Like it didn't involve a drunk person driving, but it's something that happened in the local area. Uh, the biggest city I live near, you may not consider a city, but it's like 50,000 people. Like the biggest thing in the area. Uh, Apparently a bunch of people were illegally shooting off fireworks within city limits, because you're not supposed to shoot fireworks within city limits unless, like you're running a festival or something. But, what
Hmm.
happened, one of the fireworks, got launched improperly, and it literally hit somebody's house and it burned to the ground.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah, it was in the paper, too. Oh, man. Hopefully that guy had good homeowner's insurance and the other guy got arrested.
You're in like the northern part of your state, right?
Oh yeah, Northern.
I have an idea of what city it could be.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Why did no one yell at me about Dratini? Dude, every time.
Sorry, I was looking at another screen as it
Yeah,
happened.
I'm looking in the Discord right now. Nobody said Dratini. You all disappointed me today.
I disappoint every day.
Mm. Actually, in the southern part of my state near the capital, I don't remember what the town is called. It's a really small town, but apparently a gas station somebody blew up a gas station. And I think like 2 people died. Are your houses made out of thatch? I don't think so. I don't even know what that is.
It's like hay.
Everyone over here is going crazy with fireworks on New Year's, and I've never heard of... Well, people were illegally shooting off their own fireworks, and they probably aimed it too low to the ground, because, I don't know if there's a lot of inbreeding going up there, but that must have been what happened. Mixing alcohol and fireworks. They might have been drunk too, honestly, now that I think about it. I used to live near the city, but moved more rural. Instead of being more scared of drunk drivers, now it's just deer. Oh, come on, there's no reason to be scared of deer. I mean, they could just jump out and just hit your car, but I'd rather be hit by a deer than a drunk driver. The moose is what you want to be scared of.
I almost hit a deer driving home from my old job.
I mean, yeah, they can damage your car, but I'd rather not be hit by a drunk. I blame good storytellers, yeah. At least we all had fun.
I think a deer would total my car. I do not have a big vehicle.
Mine really isn't the biggest, I'd say. It's a Toyota Matrix from 05, I think.
I got a 2010 Fusion.
I can't envision that, no offense. I don't know what most car models look like.
It's just a typical four-door sedan.
Ah.
It's like a car that you won't get made fun of for driving, but it's also like a car that's not going to impress anybody.
Heck, where are my Ford stores, dude? Oh, no wonder I couldn't buy them. I didn't have enough money. I had a deer jump behind me and smack the car behind me like 2 months into living in my new area. Dang. If a car gets totaled by a deer, you need to stop buying cars literally frailer than one made out of Legos.
You would be surprised. Deer can fuck up cars.
I think it depends on the size. Like, if it was just a young child deer, it's not going to be that bad. But if it's like one of the big grown ones, depends on the kind of car you're driving. Like, the smaller ones. I mean, there's always
Andy,
deer.
You would be surprised.
There's always deer that run around in our neighborhood, but you don't really go faster than 20 miles an hour anyway, so you're pretty much always going to see them. On the highway, though, you definitely want to be careful. You only really need to keep an eye out at night. During the daytime, it's very easy. I died. It's very easy to see them. But like, well, gotta fight Will again. But like, during the nighttime, it can be kind of hard.
Most people I know who have like fucked up their cars have like hit deer on the highway because they just like jump onto the highway and they have maybe 5 feet in front of them to try to react.
Like from what? The car in front of them?
Like the deer will jump in front of them and like they might have like a car behind them. Like my one buddy, there was like a semi like right on his ass before.
Oh god.
And well, I mean, he was in a Ford Explorer.
Oh yeah,
So
I
like
know
it
what
was,
that looks like. Decently sized car.
he just plowed through the deer and fucked up his front end a little bit.
Wow. How far was it at nighttime? How far ahead could he even see?
It was at nighttime and no idea.
Mm. Yeah, you gotta have good headlights. Like, there where we're at, like, oftentimes you gotta keep an eye on the side of the road more often than in front of you, just because of the abundance of deer.
I I mean, here like you don't really see too many deer like at least where I live, but the one I saw when I was driving home from my old job, I was just like, "What the fuck?" Like I saw something in the difference because I was driving home at night and I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" Is like someone riding their bike in the middle of the road? And then I got closer and it was a fucking deer and I'm like, "Oh god."
Mm. That is not the move. Okay, I almost got killed by Onyx because I misclicked. That would have been
Uh-oh.
embarrassing. You once had a guy walking at night on the highway that you were able to avoid, but the guy behind me wasn't lucky. Oh god. That's
Mm.
yeah, be very careful walking on the side of the highway at night. Like, wait. Oh, so was he like in the middle of the road or like on the side? What I wonder is how the person behind you even hit that guy. Like, assuming the guy was like on the shoulder, like past that little white line on the side, the guy behind you must have been driving like right off of the edge of the road recklessly. Unless the guy was literally in the middle of the road. Not like a sidewalk, no, but like, you know, like painted roads, like there's the 2 yellow lines, and there's always 2 white lines on each side to represent the edge of the road. Like those things, like, cars aren't supposed to drive, like, over the white line on the side. Usually that's the best area to walk. But, like, if the guy was there, but he got hit anyway, then the car must have been driving really recklessly. Just a delusional guy. Okay, so the guy was just going all over the road then. Okay. Still, that's sad. You gotta wake up in 4 hours? Alright, thanks for stopping by. It was completely dark in a 3-laned highway. Yeah, that... Not a good combo right there. The only
Not a
people
good
who...
combo at all.
Yeah, the only people who would be walking on the side of a highway at night is a homeless person or a drunk.
Or a
Most likely a
hitchhiker or
drunk.
someone who just broke out of prison.
Most likely a drunk. We have a few people who come to our store, even though that old dirty lady who always peed in the cart, even though she pretty much stopped coming over, there's still plenty of drunk people that usually come by, like, many times a day. I'm really afraid to talk to some of them, so I just leave them. Like, there's always this one old guy who looks like he's in his mid-60s. He always comes in with a hiking backpack on, and he comes over, like, 3 times a day, sits for some D, and just walks off away, like carrying his hiking backpack.
Hmm.
Also, that guy earlier who said that you and him were state neighbors, he said Indiana. I
Indiana,
may have forgotten
nice.
to mention it. Yeah, I have really been not far that east. The furthest west I've been is probably somewhere around the area of Los Angeles and Long Beach in California. I think the furthest east I've been, probably just Houston. But if I had to not count Houston, then probably... What would be considered furthest east? Trying to think here, like a map.
From where you're at, let's see. You ever been to Missouri?
I've never even seen the Mississippi in my life. Okay, I think some of the towns that are quite far east that I know I've been to. Let's see. I can't think. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. I have been through Las Vegas, but I think that's technically to the west of where I am. So, in terms of
Yeah,
like
Vegas
east
is
and
west from
west,
you.
probably
The fur
Missoula, Montana would be a good one. Or let's see, that'd be a good contender. I've never been to Phoenix. I've been through a tiny corner of Arizona, but that's because we had to drive through there on our way to Vegas to go through just to get to California. Because we did that long drive once a long time ago when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really similar to Nevada. Like, it's just the top left corner. We never went through any town in Arizona. We just went through it. I never even saw any
Never
civilization there.
never been to Vegas, but I've always wanted to go.
I know Steve's in Vegas right now. He's on vacation.
I hope he's drinking and partying and gambling.
Yeah, he showed me a picture of I don't know what the structure's called, but it's like a gigantic pyramid that lights up. It's like 60 stories tall. He sent a picture of it to me, and he called it he called it a beacon, like from Minecraft.
Nice.
API, you're in Pennsylvania. Nice.
The furthest west I've ever been is Colorado.
I've never been there. Actually, wait. There was one time we had a flight layover. It might have been in Denver. So I think I have been to Colorado. So honestly, I'd have to say Denver if you don't count Houston. But then again, that was a layover, so I feel like that shouldn't count.
It counts.
All I
mean,
saw
if-
was
if-
the outside. It was a lot of snowy mountains. It looked nice. But I wouldn't want to live there.
If we don't count St. Lucia, for me, the furthest south I've ever been is Miami, Florida.
I know Steve likes... I think Steve said his family goes to Orlando like every year for vacation. He says it's like an
Lucky.
18-hour drive. Yeah, he says the route he goes through Ohio, then I think West Virginia, then down to the Carolinas, Georgia, then Florida. I think that's
That
the route
would make
he takes.
sense.
Yeah, he was telling me, he was telling me how long the drive would take and like what the distance was. Steve told me like how it takes him like 2 hours to get to another town, like city, like 50 miles away. And I looked up the distance between his home city and the city he was going to. It was like 50, 60 miles, a 2-hour drive. And I told him where I'm at, 2 hours. In 2 hours, I could drive like 130 miles.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, yeah. And I showed him a route on Google Maps, and he's like, well, that does include a lot of the toll booths. And I told him I've never been in a toll booth in my entire life. Like, why do those things even exist?
I've been through one, but it was a long, long time ago, and it wasn't very expensive.
Although, when we were in California last time, there wasn't any toll booths, but there was a carpool lane. You could go through there to skip a lot of the traffic, but you had to be a paying, like, member to use it, and there were cameras that got your license plate. And if they detected the plate didn't have a membership to use the carpool lane, they actually would mail a ticket to your house. That's why
Damn.
we were on the interstate. I don't remember what interstate it was. It was somewhere near Los Angeles. Like, we were going like 25 miles an hour, but the carpool lane was going 50. How to deal with a toll booth, don't go through. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the alternative would be, like, drive an extra hour if I had to guess. Alright, I need to use a max elixir. Or an ether, that works. Some can be 45 on rush hour? Oh, good god.
Dude, rush hour here. Well, rush hour here, it's like bumper to bumper traffic, but when there isn't rush hour, I go minimum like 85 on the freeway.
Minimum. Nice. Been coast to coast. Born on the west, been to New York City and Florida. Nice.
The furthest east I've been...
Yeah,
Haven't
furthest
really
east for
been-
me is probably either Denver or Houston.
For me, it's a toss-up between Columbus, Ohio, and Windsor, Ontario.
I actually read, I saw this in a YouTube short, but apparently there's a small section of, uh, there's a small section of Canada that's actually south of this one city in Michigan. I think it was Detroit. So, like, I think it might have been Windsor, the one you mentioned. It's like one of the
Yep.
only spots in the US where going south takes you to Canada.
Yep.
And I'm like,
There's literally
interesting.
a bridge to Canada in Detroit.
What's the security like going over it?
It's been a while since I've gone over, but back in the day, all you needed was
Passport?
really all you needed was like your driver's license and birth certificate, and then just like hope you don't lose either while you're in Canada. Otherwise, they're gonna give you a hard time on the way back.
Oh, good lord.
Nowadays, you need an enhanced license to get over or a passport, but I
Enhanced.
mean I have both, so
I know where I'm at, in our state. We could have, like, a gold star on our license, which would effectively be similar to a passport. I don't know if they activated it yet, but there was gonna be a point where in order to use an airport, like, within the state, you had to have that star on your card. But I don't think they activated it. I think they delayed it due to COVID. But I don't think mine has
gotcha.
the gold star. I'd have to check.
Annie, an enhanced license was just a way for people in Michigan to easily get over to Canada instead of like having to jump through hoops at the border. Which I mean, you still have to jump through hoops from what my wife says because she has family in Canada that she'll sometimes go visit.
Hmm. You were in Washington State. It was pretty cool. I was at the border and past the river was Canada. Yeah, I've
Nice.
been to Washington State plenty of times. Not in a while though. I do not like going over there. It's like it looks similar to where I'm at, but the problem is there's way too many people. It's like a what's a similar thing? It's like a Wyoming Colorado situation. They look the same, but there's way too many people in one of them.
Colorado.
Yeah. I mean, they're both the same shape and size, I think. They both have the Rockies, but one of them's got like 10 times more people. But yeah, Annie, it's like a figurative thing. Like, there's way too many people over there compared to here, basically.
I've never been to the West Coast, but
I've
I mean,
been to the
I've wanted
Pacific
to
Ocean a
visit.
few times. Have you ever been to the Atlantic?
Have I ever been to the Atlantic?
Yeah, the ocean.
I mean, when I was in St. Lucia, I was I was on the ocean.
Hey, Lucia, where's that at?
It's in the Caribbean.
Oh, I feel like that shouldn't count. That's further south. Like, that's warm down there. But I've generally heard the Atlantic is way warmer. Pacific Ocean's really freaking cold. Like, I remember we were at the Pacific Ocean. Like, we were there a few times down in California, but the first time I've ever been to the Pacific Ocean was on the west coast of Washington.
Hmm.
Uh, we went there during a time where, like, it was raining pretty harshly. So, in the distance, all you saw were clouds and huge waves. It was definitely a sight.
Nice.
I mean, the area in California we're at, I think we were at Long Beach, where we were visiting. I think it was I think it was Thanksgiving last year. I don't remember exactly when it was, but it was definitely a very nice area, mainly because none of the homeless people were there. But we saw a lot of them on the way there, but
There's a
fortunately
lot
near
of
the
those in
ocean side,
Detroit too.
yeah.
I pass quite a bit of them on my way to work.
I mean, the bigger city that I live near that I talked to you about earlier, there really
Hmm.
hasn't been too many issues of that, but my emulator just froze for half a second. But anyway,
Uh-oh.
What was I saying? Oh, there haven't really been too many instances I've seen of homeless people, but either they're hidden or they're in shelters or there's just not many of them. But I have seen definitely a lot of, what do you call them? Uh, street beggars. Like, I remember there was this one person who would hold up like a cardboard sign saying like, "My children have cancer, please help out," and then her children would be playing right behind her as if they're all okay. Like, if you have to take your children to go beg for money on the street with you, like, you're kind of a horrible person. Like, you don't need to put your kids through that. They looked like they were like 5.
Oh, I remember years ago, I was uh I was at like a car wash, like vacuuming out my car and shit, and some guy like came up to me with like his wife and kids and was trying to tell me how, their house had just burned down, and he was like trying to show me a news article on his phone, and like while he was trying to show me something on his phone, his wife and kids like walked around to the back of my car, and like I just sprayed them with the thing. Like, where the fuck are you going?
They were trying to like steal from you.
Trying to steal, or they were probably going to try and steal my car, and I just shot them with like the water thing. Like, yeah, get the fuck away from me.
Oh, hey, Sundown sent you. Oh, Sundown, did you raid me on Twitch? Oh, thank you. I didn't. I saw the Twitch messages. How many people raided over, may I ask? Where am I? Abra. Holy fuck, 41 people? Oh my
Nice.
god. That is definitely a huge record. This way. Well, you're about to see my, second playthrough at beating Crystal with Weavile. Hopefully red goes well. But looking at my time, this is actually a worse playthrough than my first, but then again, the 4 times weakness to fighting does not help things at all, especially with how bad our defense is. Okay, where I forgot the leftovers. Oops. Oh well, I got rest at least. Alright, so I'll need to one-shot the Pikachu. Okay. Oh, wait. I was supposed to set up on it. Oops. Great, all these people are distracting me. Okay, take 2. 1 Home Claws, Thunder Miss. 2, 3. Wow, that is an unholy amount of Thunder Misses. That Pikachu is like the most accurate Pikachu of all time with Thunders, and he just missed 3 out of 4. That's insane. Yeah, everyone who just, Barmac, I don't know who that is. But, yeah, everyone who was rated over, welcome, 10918. I do these Backport streams somewhat regularly across YouTube and Twitch, but if you want to be notified of them, you can go to my YouTube channel where they're at. But I always post the schedule over there, too. Love how bulky everything is in this gen. Yeah, surprising. Alright, Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and update our leaderboard with this, and we'll see where this compares to our other backports. This is backport number 19, it looks like.
Nice.
Let me just go ahead and quickly add it. And then we'll see how it compares. Honestly, this thing feels kind of great to play. Just the problem is the huge weakness to the fighting type is definitely a huge problem. It just mainly makes stuff just really inconsistent. But hey, having access to Hone Claws, definitely a huge bonus. Got a time of 109.18, game time of 4:22. I think that's... Oh wait, no, this is... whatever, I'll just do my second playthrough. My second playthrough is more polished anyway. Alright, let me go ahead and sort this, and I'll show you all the results. Alright, so we still have Miradon in first place here, Mimikyu second, and Weavile is 16th place, bottom 5. It did worse than
And
Blacephalon and Lopunny. You want to know how insane that is? Lopunny, this dude is 6'10". I'm 6'4", but thanks for the generous suggestion. Lopunny for Rival 2 in Azalea Town, I had no way to attack the Ghastly. I had to use Flatter and Swagger on it just to make it hit itself and die. And even that was faster than Weavile. Well, that was definitely an interesting run, but anyway, thank y'all for stopping by, everyone. I do appreciate it. Huge thanks to whoever rated me on Twitch. That is a huge number of people. But yeah, if you guys want to see more of these, hop over to the YouTube section. You can see the schedule, even all the past backports I've done. They're in a huge playlist, too. Parking meters. Okay, well, thank you, parking meters. Anyway, I will see